Okay, you guys, we're now back for part 2. So, remember where we left off is that we had glued this onto the back, right? And let this sit. I let it sit overnight. You don't have to let it maybe sit for 3 or 4 hours before we start doing the collage technique on the collage technique with my printables, which I'm excited. But first we got to cut this off. Remember, we made this so that it's longer, so we don't, it's easier just to make it longer and then trim afterwards than trying to make it perfectly fit. That's what I find. Okay, so we need to trim this off here and this off here. So let's take our X-Acto knife, making sure you guys are, yeah, just making sure my camera's on. Nothing worse than making a video and your camera's not even on. Especially a process video, like step by step by step. You have to. Okay. Let me see, make sure I'm in focus here. So I like to go ahead and do that, but it doesn't go all the way through when you use the X-Acto knife because this is such thick chipboard. So I'm just gonna use my Tim Holtz scissors to finish trimming this. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, there we go. So that piece is off. So now it's level. Okay, and let's do the other side. And I might do this X-Acto knife twice. And I'm just using the piece that's inside, just matching it up with that. So that's why I'm just able to go straight across without using a ruler or anything. I'm going to hit it 3 or 4 times. There we go. All right, maybe let me try it, doing it another couple times. Okay. All right, that's good. Now let's try trimming the rest of it out with scissors. All right, so now we have our spine, our extended spine. Look how nice that is there. And then our extended spine here. Okay, so this is the inside of the book and this is the outside of the book. And we're going to start with the outside of the book and we're going to start collaging. Okay, so I printed off a bunch of printables, and these printables are from my new line of printables called She's So Vintage, and I'll show them to you really quickly. These are the vertical ones that are printed for either like tall skinny journals, or you can use these in regular journals too. But I want to do vertical ones too, so that you guys have, if you do tall skinny journals, you can just fold these right into signatures this way. Okay. And I made sure that if there were, just the way I created them, so that the picture, you wouldn't be in the middle of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, see this picture down here? When I fold it, that picture's still there. It's not in the fold. Okay. Same thing with this one. That picture of that girl, isn't she cool looking? When you fold it, she's still completely on that side. So I took all that into consideration when I created this. Now these ones are horizontal, where you can just simply, I created them horizontally, where you can just fold them up into signatures. Okay? And see, that girl's down there, but I made sure that she's still down there. She's not in a crease or something. All right, so there we go. And every 5 pages for printables is $2. And my shop is called My Fairy Treasures, just like my YouTube channel. And there's a clickable link below if you want to go check out the whole complete line. I'm just showing you these so you can see a sample of what She's So Vintage printables looks like. So if you're interested, you can go get some. And they're listed in sets of 5. So like I said, every 5 printables is $2. And if there's not 5, it's a little bit cheaper. Mostly there's usually 5 in each set, but there might be one that has 3 or 4. I can't remember. Okay, so let's get started and start collaging. All right, I'm going to get set up. I'm going to get set up real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to start out with this one, okay? Because I want her to be on the front, like up here in the corner. When I do this, I'm going to rip the edges here because I want this to be, I don't want straight edges, and as we go along you'll see stuff like this is easier just to show than to explain, so you'll understand as we keep going. Okay, and this too. Okay, let's keep going here. I just want the edges to be, like I said, I don't want any straight lines. All right, and then this is going to get torn off too in a second. Let me see where I want to go with this. Let's just go, let's see. I think I'm going to put that there. All right, here we go. What I'm measuring out was this here because I want to put this right here. Okay, like this. We're gonna glue that in like that. And then this is gonna hang over. Okay, anyway, let's just go one at a time. So what I was telling you is I want to always, as much as possible, go over the edges and then glue it around so that the edges are covered, and then get you a start on the inside of the book also. Okay, so let me get my glue. And you can use decoupage, you can use matte medium. I'm actually using a gloss gel. I got it on clearance at Hobby Lobby for like $5, normally like 25 or 30 bucks, a big huge thing of it. And I'm not going to go on top of the collage piece. I'm using a magazine as my glue surface. So this stuff can be like, you can use it as something to add shine and to set something and to protect it like a gloss, or you can use it as a glue. And right now I'm going to use it as a glue. Okay, and then make sure we wrap this around. Okay. There we go. And then I would have loved it to be long enough to go down here, so let's add another piece onto the bottom of here. No major. Let me find something that we can just tear off and add. Is that? Okay, I think I found something to use. All right, then again, I don't want any straight edges, so let me just rip the edges off here and rip the edges off of here. You know what I have, and I'm going to use it. I have this thing. It's by Fiskars, and it's an edge ripper, so it rips things off with an edge. So just it rips it off so it looks torn. But then I'll be able to do like little small pieces like that a lot easier. So I'm going to use that. Anyway, I just want this to go here at the bottom. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. And then we'll wrap that around. There we go. Wrap that around. Turn this and then wrap this up. And when you do it like this, you get a nice little head start on the inside of the book, but also all your edges are covered too. So that's my advice for covering this, is just make sure that you leave some to go over the edges. And also get some baby wipes. I have baby wipes right here, which I need to keep my hands clean while I do this. And this is one of my favorite parts of journal making, is doing the cover and getting to do collage, because collage is my favorite thing to do. Collage is how I make all my printables. So I just love collage. Okay, what else was I doing? Oh, I want to add this in right now, so then I know where I'm going. Okay, this needs to be torn edge here, so let's do that. I'm going to use this thing. Remember I told you I was going to use this? It might make it a little easier just to tear that little bit that I want torn. There we go. All right. See that little how torn it is? It's nice. All right. So again, we're going to make sure it hangs off. I wish it could hang off down here, but it's not. My piece isn't long enough. So we'll add another piece on there. No major. So let's get some glue on here. And I do, when I'm collaging for this book, I do use fairly big pieces of whatever collage material you want to use, whether it's my printables or some other printables that you have, or scrapbook paper. And when you're doing this, use paper weight, like a printer paper weight. So much easier to collage with paper printer weight. Okay, so smoothing everything down. And I welcome wrinkles. So, you know, some people have asked me, well, how do you not get wrinkles? I don't worry about it. I like everything to look very vintage, very old, very aged. So, very shabby. So, I'm into the wrinkles. So, I don't know how you don't create wrinkles. I try to create wrinkles, so I'm not the one to ask about that. I'm not about perfection and pristine. I like things to look as vintage as possible. And if not vintage, downright grungy. But this one, I just want it to be very vintage looking. That's just my style. I love vintage. I love grunge. I love shabby with some prettiness added to it. So shabby chic is really good, because I do want the chic part of it, which is just adding a little prettiness to the grunge or the vintage, the vintageness of it all. we go. Yay. And then see how we need to cover this to the bottom? Let me get something for that. Cover this like this. Okay. And the reason I like torn edges, everything flows into each other. When you do it just straight tears, real blunt edges, everything doesn't flow into each other. You see this square, that square, which is fine if that's the look you like. Some people love that look, a very blocked look, then do it. I just like to see everything flowing together, and when you have when you have torn edges, you can see things flowing together. Now this one, I didn't tear the edges. It's kind of a straight edge, but we're going to be collaging over this anyway, so we'll be fine. Okay. Okay. So look at this. We already got the spine covered. Beautiful. Now I could take this gloss gel. This could like put a really hard gloss shine on this if I wanted it to, but I want it to look very vintage, so I'm not going to put this on top. I'm only using it as a glue. But this, if you wanted it to look very shiny, you could use this. And I may change my mind and I may put this on all over. We'll see. But I think for now I want to have this look very matte. All right, next we need to fill this in here. So what do we want to do? All right. All right, we want this to go right. I'm gonna do this, I think. I want that to show, so I need to, let me just see where I need to go with this. How much I need to trim off of here, like maybe that much. Yeah. All right. And we're going to tear with this little, my little Fiskars tear. And keep these pieces, you can use those. And you know what, we'll tear this at the top too, just so we have a torn edge at the top also. That's what I always say, you guys, invest in your tools. Tools are just everything. They make your job easier. They just make your job easier. Things can look more professional, more like you want them. And not that you always need every tool, I'm not saying that, but whenever you have an opportunity to be able to buy a tool, I highly suggest buying your tools. Paper slicers, corner chompers, that little page tearer thing that I have by Fiskars there. I don't even know where I got that. I've had it forever. I feel like I got it like at a crafty garage sale or something. I don't feel like I bought it at the craft store. And especially when you can get good deals on craft supplies or your craft tools, make sure you take well advantage of that. There we go. Look how beautiful, look how quick and easy. This is what I love about collage. Just so quick and easy how beautiful it can start looking. Okay. We got this area right here to do. Oh, this will work. Put this right like this. That'll look real nice. Okay, I want to have a torn edge there. So let's use my little ripper. And what this thing does is it gives you an opportunity to have more controlled tears. Because when you do tear things, you can actually, you have to be careful because you can tear into whatever you don't want to tear out. That could happen. But when you have that controlled tear little ruler, it makes it easier. Okay, so I'm going to put this here and then we'll go underneath it. So let me... Okay. There we go. Okay, and then let's wrap it around. Perfect. And any little ditches, make sure it goes into the ditch on either side. A little bit more glue. So if there's a ditch there, just kind of push it into the ditch. Like there's a ditch here, just make sure it's smooth there and smooth there. Look how beautiful this is looking. Is this gorgeous? Obsessed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this side. I'm going to turn this over and at least do this side and then do this side with you guys on camera. Okay, this is just for the sake and time of this video. Okay, so let me pause you guys. I'll finish this part up and then I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, let me show you where I'm at. This is the inside, okay? So I went ahead and finished the outside. So I did this side just like we did this, right? Right. So look how beautiful this is. And I don't really want to bend this too much. Well, we'll bend it a little bit right now, but you kind of want to let this all dry before you bend it too much. Okay. So then I did this side. On the inside, I did this side over here. So look how pretty that is. This girl here, her name is Dido, and she was in a movie called the movie's called something Dido, and it's such a good movie. It's about a black woman who she was mixed race. Her father is white, her mother was black, and she died. And he made sure he was in the war at that time, and his family was very rich and very high society. He went home quickly, took this little girl to his uncle and said, make sure that you protect her and you raise her, and if I die, she gets everything. So she was one of the richest women, a very rich woman in England in like 1800s or something like that. It's a really good movie. It's called Dido. Something Dido, but say Dido and you can look it up on YouTube and look at the and look at the like a little movie review on it. They used to have it for free on YouTube, but they took it off and now you have to pay for it. Anyway, okay, so we need to do this side now. And see how, you know, everything's been folded over? We can collage right over this, but I can take straight edges and just line them up with this. So what I mean is I'm going to use this piece of my printables, and I'm going to remain the straight edge here and straight edge here because I've already folded over all the edges. Okay, so the edges are all covered. So I can just tuck that right in there like this. See? And then all we do is cover down here. So let's do that. And we are almost done, you guys. And so what we're going to do, we have to let this dry. So we'll do part 3, and that'll be the last part, and that'll be sewing in the signatures. Okay, guys? I would try just to sew in the signatures now, but you know what? When you start trying to do things like that and you don't let things dry properly, you start messing up. So I don't want to mess up and have to correct things because I am loving this journal. Okay, and we're going to do 2 journals with this with these new papers. She's So Vintage printables. We're going to do 2 different journals with this. And what I mean by that, let me just make sure this is all sealed down. Perfect. And what I mean by that, I want to do one where, what is the name of her channel? 507 Willow House Journals. She does these where she just takes, yeah, that's good. She just takes, and she doesn't have a hard cover. She just folds all these pages together, and she makes tall journals. And some are, she makes tall journals, so they're the length of a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. But then she puts short pages in it. She puts all different sizes, and she really mixes it up. And I want to try that style of journal. I've never done that. So, but it won't have a hard cover. Whatever paper you decide on the outside is your cover. So, yeah, I want to do it. So I'm going to do that with these printables. And we'll put that together after we get the signatures and everything together in this. Then we'll create that junk journal, and then we'll decorate 2 junk journals. How exciting. Well, we won't even start decorating. You guys know what I like to do. I like to go for like a month, 5 weeks, and just make a bunch of stuff with the new printables first, so we can decorate the junk journals. So it's a process, and it's kind of a lengthy process, but I love it. I enjoy everything. I enjoy it all. Okay, let's put this in. And that's just half the battle. If you can just like not stress out and just enjoy the process, enjoy making the junk journal, enjoy making the ephemera that goes in the junk journal, and then enjoy decorating the junk journal. Don't worry about when you're going to be finished, or just have fun. That's what I say. I didn't understand that when I very first started crafting and arting. I didn't understand that. Because you just want to see the end result. You just want to be done. Because you want to see the end result. How's it going to look? But now I just really enjoy the whole process of doing it. Which sounds so cliche. Enjoy the process. I used to hate when people said that. But now I love that saying, and I really understand it. So enjoy the journey. Okay, look how nice this looks. So this is the inside. I'll just hit that once. Just go like this just once so that you can get that little bend in there before it really dries completely. There we go. And while it's drying, you might just want to, like when it's drying there in your craft room, just go beside it in a couple hours and just go like this, just so that the glue dries with this memory. Okay, so this is the inside. Isn't that beautiful? And then this is the outside. This is the front cover. This is the back cover. So exciting. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this video. We went ahead, I basically showed you how to cut off that spine piece that was left that we oversized, and then we did the collage. front and back. The next thing we're going to do is, in the last video, we put together the signatures. So we'll put our signatures in. And the signatures are made up of my printables, She's So Vintage, also some coffee dyed paper, and some other papers that I really like. I put that all in here. So I'm really super excited. I think this is going to be beautiful. So that's it for this one, you guys. So this is part 2. Part 3 is coming up. We'll sew the signatures in. Okay, we got to let this dry though. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. Give this video a thumbs up. Any comments, questions, leave below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And again, if you want the printables, it's 5 printables for $2. It's My Fairy Treasures. That's the name of my Etsy shop, and there's a clickable link below. We have a Facebook group called Our Magical Little Place. So whether you do any junk journaling, art journaling, make ephemera, knit, crochet, it doesn't matter. Come join the group. It's called Our Magical Little Place. Clickable link below. If you have an Etsy shop, if you have an YouTube channel, you can leave links. Okay? Any selling platform that you have or whatever, you can leave links. Any social media, you can leave links. Okay? Okay, you guys, that's it for this one. I will talk to you guys in the next video. See you in part 3. All right. Bye, guys.